News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk, KGVO, AM 1290 and 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
A fire roars out of the Bitterroot to over 2,000 acres in less than 12 hours. Good morning, everyone. Montana Morning for Monday, August 1st, 2016. The sky is smoky. It's hazy. Right now we have a very cool 47 degrees in Missoula. And our newscast this morning, sponsored by Spray Green Lawn, providing lawn aeration, fertilization, and weed control. Save 15% off your first application by mentioning this message. Call 207-9273. Our top story this morning, the Roaring Lion Fire that erupted yesterday afternoon in the Bitterroot Valley. I spoke last night about 9 o'clock with Todd McKay, the spokesman for the Bitterroot National Forest. Here is that report in full.
This fire that started about 2:30, about a mile up the Roaring Lion Trailhead, which is where the initial call came in. And man, by the time our fire crews got to the scene, and they were there very quickly along with the helicopter, the fire had already raced down the face of that mountain and was headed towards private property very quickly. I've talked to homeowners today that said just in a matter of minutes after the call came in that they could smell smoke and see flames, and in just a short time after that, it got into that heavy timber and started to get in the crowns, and quickly we had 200-foot flame lengths coming off those trees. And so this thing really blew up, and I've never seen anything like it in the years that I've been here. The amount of time that fire raced down that hill, and our priority has been all day public and firefighter safety, and the sheriff's office has done an outstanding job going home to home, getting folks out quickly. There's a lot of people that have horses and different livestock up here, and so that's been a challenge. But the good news to report tonight is right now there's no injuries. Nobody's been hurt as a result of this fire that just really took off this afternoon.
Todd, have any homes been lost yet?
According to the sheriff's office, and they've been up there working with the homeowners, there have been multiple structures involved. I don't know how many. I don't know, again, where those structures are involved, but there have been multiple structures involved in the fire today. We'll get more estimates. Again, right now our goal is to fight this thing. We've got 5 helicopters in the air doing bucket drops. We've had heavy air tankers all day doing retardant work. We've got 3 hotshot crews on the ground. We've got engines from every fire department in the valley here. These crews are in obviously dangerous terrain and territory, especially working around homes. Where I am, we've been hearing propane tanks explode throughout the afternoon. So they're working in some really dangerous conditions. They're going to work through the evening. Nobody's going home and try to put out fires, especially around those structures as it continues to burn down closer to homes.
Todd, what is the estimate size of the fire right now?
Yeah, we're saying it's 2,000 acres. It's so smoky. That's the best estimate that we can give folks right now. We've got dozers on the ground. Every available resource on the forest, virtually every available resource in this valley has been activated. We have a Type 1 incident management team on the way. They will be here tomorrow, ready to go to work. And so we're doing everything we can, but this has been a really rough day. It's hot, still windy, and where that fire started and just continuous timber and race downhill, it's been a rough afternoon.
Todd, is there any idea at all? Is this a lightning strike holdover, or do we have any idea how it started?
We don't have any cause at this time, but there was no lightning in the area. There hasn't been a storm around there, so we don't know exactly what started this fire, but that investigation is ongoing. Just the speed that thing took off, the investigators are on the ground looking at that right now, and hopefully we'll have more information to report soon.
All right. Anything else? Now, we've also heard that there have been evacuation centers set up. We've already got that information out. Highway 93, there are detours at Skalkaho, I guess coming in from the south on Old Darby Road. And you're just basically asking people to stay away, right?
Yeah, we really are. There's a lot of traffic, obviously, on 93, and there's a helicopter flying over right now that you can probably hear. But lots of people pulling over on 93 to get pictures, and it's just really tough. We're trying to get engines and water tenders in here to try to fight this fire. So, yeah, if you don't have to be down in this area south of Hamilton, it would help our crews. There's a lot of traffic and congestion right now. That would be helpful. And as you mentioned, there's about 500 homes that are involved in this evacuation. So it's a big area. Again, it's on both north and south sides of Roaring Lion. There's a lot of people who are obviously concerned and affected by this, and we're just trying to manage this area and keep it as safe for everybody involved.
And again, our thanks to Todd McKay, spokesperson for the Bitterroot National Forest. Let's stay with this topic of fire. Several vehicles were totally engulfed in flames early Friday morning at the Hilton Garden Inn parking lot, and arson is suspected. Assistant Chief with the Missoula Fire Department, Chad Nicholson, said the initial call came in just after midnight Friday.
On their way there, they could see a pretty dark column and a glow over there, so they knew they had a significant fire, and they arrived on scene, and they had a total of 7 vehicles that were involved, with a couple of them fully involved in the parking lot, but luckily they were far enough away that it didn't extend to any buildings.
Nicholson said firefighters faced a difficult situation with the burning vehicles.
So it was kind of a challenge to get the fires put out. They got initial knockdown fairly quickly, but a lot of flammable liquids were on the ground from ruptured fuel tanks, and then some tires that exploded. Kind of made things exciting for a while.
Nicholson said fire investigators are definitely looking at the incident as being arson caused.
We are investigating as a suspected arson. We did have some witnesses on scene that did see some people near the vehicles, and then also driving away at a high rate of speed shortly after some people noticed that the fire started.
Nicholson said there were no injuries reported. Anyone who may have any information about who may be responsible for those fires, call Crime Stoppers at 721-4444. And one more fire story. On Saturday, a grass fire was reported near Bonner. Missoula Rural Fire Assistant Chief Blaine Cowan has more.
Our first arriving engine got on scene to what looked to be about a half-acre fire burning in the grass. The wind was picked up pretty good, and it started to carry the fire towards a road, Haglund Drive out there in Bonner.
Cowan detailed the responding crews.
We had 5 engines, 2 water tenders, and a command vehicle there. We actually did have the state helicopter flew over initially, just in case we had any homes threatened. Fortunately, we were able to turn them back around. We didn't need to use them for any bucket drops.
Cowan said the fire was under control in about an hour and called completely out after about 2 hours, and that no one was injured. Our News Talk time, 6:13.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Solid sunshine today with our high temperatures in the mid-80s. We're tracking a dry cold front that will move into the area Tuesday. Daytime highs will be in the 90s, but winds will gust as high as 30 miles per hour. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for KECI 13.